Cutters, Degrassi, Unpopular Opinions. Hey there, Heather Hilder. It's Jeff Cutter Dub, and welcome you to another Degrassi Unpopular Opinion / hot take. And basically, this is kind of a hot take / fanfic thing. I did some fanfics in the past that talked about, what would happen in the Rick Murray situation, especially if Rick was alive and put on trial. And then I would insert myself as someone who would try to destroy Raditch and all that. Basically, I'll give you the fanfic things in the links below in the description. But basically, things happen for a reason. So I did a Degrassi post a couple weeks ago, and this is being taped on June 25th for context. And basically it said, was Snake given a chance to be principal in season 4? And I wrote, we know that in season 8 he was temporarily in charge when Shep went to sensitivity training and was principal from season 10 onwards. But was it possible that he may have been given a chance to be acting principal, why did I say president, after Raditch was reassigned? Here's my theory. He seemed to be popular with the students, and possibly Raditch was being investigated and told Snake that if he complied and gave good thoughts about Raditch in the investigation, now he would be named successor of Raditch, but Snake couldn't yield. Also, it's possible that with the investigation, he may have said to the school board that he also messed up the Rick situation and deserved to be principal. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Have at it. And only one person responded, and that was Pac-Man, who was basically one of my contributors always, and says, my fear is that he was considered but didn't have the proper qualifications. Basically, in the U.S., I don't know if it's different in Canada, you need to have administrative certification or advanced degree in educational leadership. Hatzalakos probably had the certifications. It's just a theory, but it's logical. That Snake had seniority over Hatzalakos, and usually why employees who have seniority get passed over for promotions. It depends on the educational qualifications they have. Strange, I didn't even realize that was what they were thinking about. But basically put, that's what could have happened. Anyway, the big thing I want to talk about is the fact of the matter about, Snake being principal and all that. Now, we all know Snake was given the chance to be an interim president, a principal, I didn't say president, in season 8 when the Shep had to go to sensitivity training, like I said in my post. And basically, he did a good job for the couple of weeks, and then Shep came back, didn't do so well, and then Hatzalakos came back in. I always wondered if Snake would have been principal in season 9 if Hatzalakos didn't come back from Regina to deal with Peter, who was a meth head. But basically, yeah, Snake was given the keys to the school in season 10, and basically, through ups and downs, a lot of them, he was leading the school. And for me, it's like, do you think that Simpson probably was considered by Raditch a chance to be the successor? I think Raditch had a chance to name the successor and basically thought that Snake would be the perfect bill and all that. But Snake probably said no. So the past few weeks I've been playing over in my mind about an episode that Degrassi could have done to deal with Raditch and his investigation. Kind of like the Rick Murray situation. I don't know what the title would have been, but anyway. Fool's Gold? I don't know. So basically, I'm going to act out a fanfic that I've been running in my head for a long time and all that. Now, do know that I had 2 versions of it. One with me as J.D. Wallace. If you watch the fanfic and all that, basically, I'm someone who basically was in to give Raditch the rub and get rid of him. And another version of me not being involved, that basically it's just all those people. For your benefit, I'll give you the version that I'm not involved in it. So here's how it would have gone. So Snake is done teaching media immersion when Raditch pops in. Archie, may I speak with you? I guess. Archie, I've been investigated by the school board for the Rick Murray situation and handling it and all that. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you are the principal. You're supposed to be the one who helped the school out, and basically you ignored Rick, and then this happened. I was not responsible for him dying. I never would be. Look, I feel bad enough as is. I may have left Rick high and dry, but Rick did not explain to me everything. He basically wanted me to force Jimmy to make friends with him. That's all I know, and that's all I'm telling you. If you have any grudge against me, I only have a grudge against you because you let the school down. You didn't do anything right, and especially in this time of the aftermath. Have you got your answers? Have you found out who painted and feathered Rick? No. And the fact of the matter is, the school needs to be in a positive light. All that. So you just can't investigate the students and all of that, and basically lead by example. The student body is not going to be too happy with you. Look, I took out Dracula because I had to. I mean, putting on the play right after Rick's death. What would his family think? His family probably doesn't like you one bit because you ignored his cries for help and all that. Well, let's see if he knows anything. All I know, Archie, is that I need your help. You might help convincing the school board? Can't you do it yourself? Look, I can't really do too much, but I can give you some credence. What do you mean? Look, how about this? I will, if you help me out, I will personally give you the chance that if I get canned as principal, I will name you as my successor. How about that? The students like you, and I think you make a good principal after I'm done, if I'm done. I am not going to be like you, Dan. I am not going to ignore my students. I am not going to be an egomaniac. Unless we forget that I also screwed up the whole thing. Now come, Archie, it's not so bad. I messed up. I admit my guilt. I'm taking accountability, something you should take too, especially the students. Look, the students may be mad at me now, but Rick's the real villain. You could have stopped this. You could have stopped the bullying. You could have stopped everything. We all came to you. All our teachers came to you, and you didn't do a thing about it. So are you going to help me out or not? No. We'll let everyone else have it. And you better be hopeful that not too many students testify against you at the hearing. This could be a big move for you, Snake. Don't blow it. I can't be principal, especially after what I did. I just can't. Basically, during the investigation, that Raj sees that Simpson, Toby, Emma, Paige, Spinner, JT, and Liberty are all there too. What are they all doing here? They all have to say something about you. Oh, come now. Not all of them have grudges against me and all that. And if they have grudges against me, it's stupid. It's not stupid. Look at all these people who are in for you. They hate you because of the fact that you could have calmed down the students, but you didn't. And Emma, I know about the fact that she told me all this stuff about you and all that. Don't believe your stepdaughter. I mean, she started with this orange ribbon campaign. Gee, and you wonder why you could get in trouble. Why you're not popular. Basically, Radich tries to explain himself away, saying how he's helping the school heal and all that. And the most important thing is to get the school on everyone's good side and basically not to have the media speculate over too many things. They ask him a few major questions. Do you think you screwed up the Rick Murray situation? Maybe, but it's not all my fault. I mean, there was an active bullying campaign to destroy Rick and all that. I told Marco and Alex, my student council president and vice president, that there was nothing I could do. My hands were tied. You told me that too. But the way you're handling it and the fact that you've been ducking major questions from students and all that. Seems to me that, you just don't care about them. Look, I'm not the ones who bullied Rick and all that. I'm not the ones who poured paint and feathers on him. I'm not the one that forced him to bring a gun to the school. And how was I supposed to know he was going to overreact to some paint and feathers? I didn't even know he had a gun. I don't think he would have shot me, but still. The point, Daniel, is that you messed up talking to Rick and all that. He came to me and he said some stuff, but he never said he was being bullied. He said he was being bothered and he wanted Jimmy Brooks as his friend. Well, I feel that he was coming to you because he felt that the bullying was going too far. He basically wanted Jimmy off the Whack Your Brain team. He said he had no qualms about it. And that's what I did. I took it like it was. True, but still, I mean, you basically left the student body with no choice. I feel the student body may have acted this way towards Rick in a hellish scream for help, and basically you refuse to help, and you have grudges. That's only one student's opinion. It's not just one student's opinion. Look, Archie Simpson's one of the most prominent members at your school and all that. And he said some stuff about you. But basically, I just can't believe it. Look, he's not a bad guy. I think he should be principal if I get eliminated. He has declined being principal. We even asked him, and no. He doesn't want to be principal. He says he doesn't want to be like you and basically screw over the students. I did not screw over the students. You did. And the fact of the matter is that many people said that you've been ducking reporters' questions about why you mishandled the Rick situation and all that. The school has to come first. I have to deal with students in a bad situation. And basically saving yourself from you. Well, you should talk. If you thought Rick was bad, why didn't you tell me? And I probably would have thrown the book and basically said, no, you can't come into the school. We have to pay a settlement and all that. We have to pay a massive price ourselves. The only price you'll pay is your job. You will no longer be Degrassi Community School principal as of today. We are finding that the only person with true qualifications within the Degrassi area is Daphne Hasselakos. She will be the new principal. You will be out. However, you will not be fired per se. You shall be reassigned to another school. Your assignment and school will not be released because there are people who probably are going to cause a disturbance at your new school. Well, they're going to anyway when I get there. Basically, your selfishness and your lack of empathy, and basically the fact that you've been ducking answers and you've been ducking the Murrays and you've been ducking a lot of responsibility proves that you're not fit to be principal. We thank you for your services and all that, but you'll have to work your way from the bottom upwards. And we're not telling you about your assignment because we don't want you to basically state this. So I'll never be principal again? In due time, Daniel. In due time. So of course, basically, that's the version that doesn't have me involved to like screw over Radich. Basically, if I was involved, I guess you want to hear about the timing of me if I was in the storyline. So I guess I will. So anyway, the scene about Radich talking to Simpson, all that was in it in both versions, but in the Jeff Diamond in the J.D. Wallace version, this is what happened. Snake goes to J.D. and says, "I need to talk to you." And I said, "I was nowhere near Emma. I know you're worried about me talking to Emma, but I was nowhere near Emma." No, I know. "JD, I need to talk to you about something important." "Okay, what?" There's an investigation and a hearing about the annual Radich." "Hey, okay." And I know you're the student with the most to gain from getting rid of Radich whatsoever." I know we have a grudge, Snake, against each other, but basically, like you, me, and Radich, but basically, this isn't about the grudge or what he's done to me. It's basically what he's done to the school and basically put the school in the back burner, basically trying to make himself feel better. And that's a fair point, JD. But I'm just saying that, I want you to help me take this guy out. You want me to destroy Radich? I thought he was your friend. He may be my friend, but basically he screwed the students over. And he actually offered me the principalship, which I basically said no to because I screwed up handling Rick as much as anyone else. We all feel guilty about our roles in the Rick situation and all that, but Raj basically is acting like a prick. That's why we need you to help us out. I'm surprised you want me to help you out. I'll do whatever it takes. So basically, Raj walks in, looks at the students, and basically says, I think I got this licked and all that. And then he sees me walk in. Sorry I'm late. The stupid cab driver forgot where the school board place was. I look at Raj. Whisper to him. Tap out now and I'll go easy on you. I'm in too deep. So basically, they talk to the students and all that. And then they talk to me, and I basically say this. Well, I'll make it short and sweet. I basically say that, I do my testimony, but then basically, the final scene, when Raj learns his fate, I'm still at school board headquarters because I can't find my ride. My ride's going to be here in 5 minutes. I might as well stay here. Raj goes, what are you doing here? My ride is off by 5 minutes. He should be here. I was going to go with Snake and on them, but they didn't have room. So what happened? I'm not principal anymore. Did you find that surprising? Yeah. They should talk. The school board basically made me a scapegoat. They did. They basically omitted a few things, but basically they have to pay a settlement, and that means kicking me to curb. So basically, you were fired. Well, resigned. Well, you should be happy you resigned and not fired. The school board at least kept you on. It's not the same. Besides, you win. You always wanted me gone. Let me tell you one thing, Radich, and let me tell you one thing right here, right now. This was not about the grudge and the fighting between us two. I don't care about our relationship and how it fails and all that. That wasn't the main point. The main point is I was talking about the students. The student body is tired of this. You basically screwed up letting Rick back in the school in the first place. Well, the school board told me not to worry about it, and I didn't have any qualms about it. I thought the students would be okay with it. They weren't okay with it. They tried telling you. They tried with their campaigns and all that. It was basically because you were not listening to them. And I know you have a grudge against Emma. It's plain as day you can see. Snake even said it, too. Your ally even said that to my face. Oh, he's not my ally. Of course he's not your ally. Because he did the right thing by basically telling you off. I'll tell you something right now, Dan Radich. And I'm not going to call you Mr. Radich because basically I don't have respect for you because you're not my principal anymore. There was a massive thing. I told him, I said, despite the troubles between me and you, that's not what I hear about. It's about the school. It's about the students feeling in the aftermath that he hasn't done much in the aftermath. He canceled Dracula because it was too gory. Okay, but he canceled it. He said we needed something soft and melancholy because Degrassi is now being laughed at. I know how bad Degrassi is being laughed at. I have a relative in the school board system telling me these things and all that. But let me tell you, the one major thing I told them in the boardroom, the reason why I'm attacking you is for the lack of you coming to the funeral for Rick. I know the students refused to go to the funeral because they probably felt guilty about being near Rick and not dealing with his mother. I went because it was the right thing to do. And I was hoping you'd come to the funeral too, like you did for Craig and Craig's dad. Like you supported Craig, and you couldn't just come to this simple funeral and say, I'm sorry for what happened to your son. You didn't come to the visitation, you didn't come to the funeral. I was there for the whole thing, and you didn't dare come. I don't know why, but I figure it. You were scared because the Murrays were going to pester you with questions. You could not come up with the answers. All you have to say is, I'm sorry, I don't have the answers, but I'm willing to give you the answers. But no, all you did was hide from them. And basically, it says to me that you didn't want to deal with the Murrays whatsoever. And that's why they're getting the settlement. That's why the school board's getting rid of you, in a sense, because you could have taken accountability. Snake was right. You never take accountability for things. And when you try to, it falls for crap. And for you to basically bombast all these people, especially Emma, when it was a rightful cause and all that, shows how much you don't take criticism and how much you're an old school piece of shit. And that's the truth. You don't deserve to be principal. And I doubt you'll ever be principal ever again. Nobody trusts you to be principal. Because once this gets out in the papers, they're going to basically knock you down and you'll never be in high principal stuff again. I hope you think long and hard about this. Because we at Degrassi don't want to see your face ever again. Got that? And then the screenshot cuts to a frozen radishes stare and all that. I think I did pretty good, don't you think? So anyway, thanks for watching and have a good day.